All right, thank you. The Souch lad, good to hear from you. Good afternoon, Hotline.
Hey, Mayor Graham, how you doing?
Pretty good, what's up?
Sometimes when bad stuff happens, and I'm not talking about your last caller, I'm talking about people in general. Some people take, not pleasure in it, but they like to point.
They relish it, yeah.
They relish.
They can't wait.
And you know, I think the world of Mrs. Burns. And I'm sorry what happened. I'm also grateful that she wasn't hurt and no one else was hurt. And I think the best thing to do at this point is to kind of support her and see what goes with it. And, you know, be glad that I guess what was hurt was a railing, and that's very good. I don't care much about railings. It could have been a different situation. And, you know,
Well, yeah, I know what you mean. Some people are running around on the blog saying, well, the only thing that could have been better if she was over at the mayor's bar or something. Hey, you know, come on, get off it.
And then the other thing about, you know, her Mr. Burns being who he is, and she was a .95 and they just let her get away. You know, that's such.
Well, it sounds to me like didn't get away with anything.
That's such baloney. And like I say, I'm not minimizing. I know it's a serious issue, but I'm glad that she's okay. I support her. I will support her. I think that we should kind of slow down on this and not try to answer every question, hypothetical, what's coming our way.
Well, that's why I was, when this reporter calls me this morning at 10:30 and says, well, I want to know, is there a morals clause? Who the heck are you? First of all, in the mainstream media to be preaching morals to anybody, but also do the research yourself. Of course, no such thing. No one's been convicted of anything. Obviously, it's a tough situation for her. She's got to deal with it. Like I said, her best thing she could do is to go about her affairs and talk to her, do what her lawyer says. That's what you do when you're in these
I just want to say that, Mrs. Burns, many of us support you.
Mega dittos on that.
We don't feel any differently about this. We hope the best for things. Good luck to you, and that's all I got to say.
Yeah. Well, thank you.
All right, buddy.
Bye now. Good afternoon, Hotline.
Hello, Jeff. Wow, a lot of people are angry or whatever today, huh?
They're angry. They're mad as heck.
They're not going to take it anymore. The media are going to do what the media do, especially when there's a public...
oh, my God, yeah. But when it's one of their own, man, do they ever cover that up?
Yeah, well, yeah. I think, though, that Jim Boeheim, when he said something because he supported his assistant, I think that people that are in office, particularly in the city elected offices, they're wise to just say, oh, Jim Boeheim regretted it, that he said things as that investigation with Bernie Fine went over. Anything that happens like that, you have to wait until everything settles. To say something prematurely would be...
Yeah, I think the gun nut summed it up best. Thank goodness it wasn't worse. Be supportive of the individual and just say, hey, let the system play out. I mean, that's... Right. It goes on all the time. It's the grist mill of justice. It just it keeps grinding.
Right. The other thing I'm wondering about...
Back on the hotline here. Good afternoon. Got to be quick.
With all those who filled in for you while you were away, Mrs. Burns was my favorite. Whenever you asked her a question, she could answer it. She had a very nice way about her. Who's perfect in this world?
Well, correct, and we hope she does fill in the future and will continue to do so.
Sickened me to have a big picture shown of her on TV this morning.
I got you, boy. They like to pile on sometimes, but she'll get through it.
City inside and out, and
yeah. No, I agree with you. Okay, thank you. Good afternoon, Hotline.
Yes, Jeff. I really don't agree that the media is piling on. They're reporting a news story for a high-profile politician in the city. I'm sick about it. Roxanne's one of my favorites. I hope things work out, and they will. But I'm just wondering, procedurally, would she have a conflict of interest voting on any sort of budget materials that might have to do with the police department or the city court system if that's whose jurisdiction she's under? Does she have to recuse herself on the vote?
I don't know. That we've got a board of ethics that could, if she asked for an opinion on that, I'm sure could give one. But that's a difficult question. But on the other hand, you vote on lots of things that may affect services that you may use and so on. So it's
there's lots of things. If somebody had 38 parking tickets in town, that's not anywhere near as serious as a DUI. And believe me, I've been through it. I know what's going to happen. She's going to go to the classes, and they're no fun in themselves, not to mention what it's going to cost for a lawyer. I mean, the monetary hit alone, she's probably going to be looking somewhere between $5,000 and $10,000. Let alone what her political career may or may not end up with. But it's going to be an impact on it, positive, negative. It's not a good thing, and believe me, I'm praying for her. I feel so bad about it. I was sick when I heard it this morning.
Well, me too. It was unsettling when I saw it on Newzjunky, and I talked to her, and it's.
Yeah, but unfortunately, you can see exactly how it is. High profile politician. Oh, it was reduced down to reckless driving or something like that. And if her name was Juanita Ortiz and she lived over on Huntington Street, she'd have the book thrown at her and she'd see a year in PSD.
I agree. Let's just see what happens. Let the dust settle, and there's a system in place. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, and hopefully, I hope it turns out okay. Maybe they can drop it down to just regular DUI or something like that and give her a suspended license and probation or something, but...
Right. Okay, I got to run.
Yep.
Thanks. And I got to do commercials. Be right back.
What are you waiting